What is up guys, Maxi from Bluff the Spot bringing you guys your poker news dose. And now the headlines. The Polk vs Negreanu grudge match finally comes to an end. Phil Hellmuth finds himself in the crosshairs for 2 heads-up matches. LANDON TICE makes an offer Bill Perkins just can't refuse. Also, Full Tilt Poker is finally no more. And now, the news and details. Finally, after 3 months, one of the most anticipated heads-up matches in poker is over, with Doug Polk coming on top. Doug Polk and Negreanu played 25,000 hands of 200-400 no limit hold'em, battling 2 tables. After winning a $255,000 session, Doug Polk closed the challenge up around $1.2 million or just over 30 buy-ins. Not to mention an assumed large number of side bets on top of that. It was rumored that Bill Perkins had one of the largest bets against Polk, and based on a tweet, it appears that he definitely lost some cash, albeit an unknown amount. Corey Steele shared a post on Twitter that shows the all-in EV, and the numbers supported Daniel's claim that he was unlucky throughout the challenge. He was running almost $250,000 below EV. Still, if we remove this from his total losses, he still lost almost $950,000, which is a big margin of loss, proving that Doug Polk's win was not a fluke. Daniel Negreanu congratulated Doug Polk after the match in a post-game interview on GG Poker YouTube channel, saying that he's a great player and was obviously a favorite going in. Doug also complimented Daniel's play, saying that he did a really good job and was a worthy opponent. In Polk's opinion, Daniel has become so proficient at the game that there weren't many poker players that could beat him at that format. It seems that the 2 rivals finally have some respect for each other after many years of rivalry. For poker fans, it was actually a pretty entertaining spectacle. The level of poker was also better than expected, with Doug Polk showing the poker world that he's still one of the best heads-up players out there, and also an improved Daniel Negreanu who managed to test Doug Polk in many situations. Doug Polk also said that he has lost interest in poker once again and is not looking for a rematch or new challengers. He plans to move away from Las Vegas, which would make it harder for him to play live or online. But as Doug is deciding to quit poker and walk away into the sunset, a new poker battle is on the horizon between 2 poker living legends, Daniel Negreanu and Phil Hellmuth. Negreanu is set to battle the 15-time WSOP bracelet winner Phil Hellmuth on PokerGo's high-stakes duel, according to a tweet from Hellmuth. The fire for the heads-up match was lit when Phil Hellmuth criticized Negreanu's play against Polk in a PokerGo interview. Phil Hellmuth said he was disappointed in the way that Daniel played. He went on to admit that he bet on Negreanu to win, but thought he should have countered Polk with a different strategy. This led to a rebuke from Daniel Negreanu, who noted that he was keen to play Hellmuth, but that he thought he was too chicken to actually go forward with it. Daniel challenged Hellmuth on Twitter shortly after the interview at any stake he wished to play, live or online, for as many hands Hellmuth wishes. Just after the Polk Negreanu grudge match is over, LANDON TICE has challenged Bill Perkins to a heads-up match. At first, it was thought by many that both players were joking around, but later it became apparent that LANDON was dead serious. The proposed match, which both parties have tentatively agreed to, calls for 20,000 hands at 200-400 stakes. Those are the same stakes played in the recently completed Daniel Negreanu vs Doug Polk match. But just to spice up the action and get the attention of Bill Perkins, LANDON TICE has decided to do something unheard of. He has agreed to pay back Bill Perkins 9 big blind per 100 hands dealt. So if the match goes the full 20,000 hands, what this essentially means is that LANDON TICE is giving Perkins a $720,000 head start, and he believes he can still beat him. LANDON has offered this deal because he feels he will crush Bill Perkins in the match. But still, LANDON TICE does not have the bankroll to play at these stakes. He said he is selling a lot of action, but also putting a relatively large chunk of his own net worth on the line. Bill Perkins says that he's going to go into the lab and study for several months before it starts. And just as we thought there couldn't be any more heads-up matches, a heads-up match between 2 poker loudmouths, Phil Hellmuth and Tony G, may be on the cards after Tony G quit politics and is back to the poker felt. Tony G tweeted that when it's safe to travel, he wants to battle his old nemesis and wants it to be on international TV. Unsurprisingly, Tony G's tweet brought back old memories and generated a new wave of interest. PokerStars wants to host it, but even though Hellmuth has yet to acknowledge, this will be a hilarious match if it ever happens. He already agreed to play with Negreanu, so if this match happens, Tony G will have to wait for his turn. Chris Moneymaker and PokerStars parted ways at the end of 2020, ending a 17-year relationship between the 2003 WSOP main event champion and one of the world's largest poker sites. After just 4 weeks of unemployment though, Moneymaker has now joined the US-facing poker site America's Card Room as its latest brand ambassador. Chris Moneymaker was off the road for most of 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic, and that allowed him to realign his priorities. While travel restrictions were ongoing in 2020, Moneymaker was restricted to playing poker online, and during that time, he realized the importance of staying at home and being with his family more often. In a press release, Moneymaker said that he wasn't qualified to do much besides playing poker. As far as playing is concerned, PokerStars is only operational in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. As a US-facing poker site, America's Card Room gives him the chance to play online without traveling. In addition to representing ACR in live and online tournaments, Moneymaker will help shape some of the site's promotions. Chris Moneymaker's first appearance as ACR's new ambassador took place on February 3, 2021, when he showed up during the final table broadcast of the 8 million guaranteed Venom, doing the commentary. ACR also released a video expressing the excitement of its existing team of pros with having Chris Moneymaker on board. Full Tilt Poker, one of the most iconic online poker rooms in history, is now no more. PokerStars has finally decided to pull the plug on Full Tilt Poker. On February 25th, Full Tilt Poker's entire database was merged with that of PokerStars' platform, thereby discontinuing Full Tilt's own mobile and desktop platforms. As for existing account balances, information and bonuses, these will be automatically migrated to PokerStars' own platform. As for the reason behind the closure and mass migration, PokerStars explained that its focus on the development of the Full Tilt brand has not been completely what it should have been, with all of its available time and money and other resources largely spent on improving the PokerStars experience and the PokerStars platform instead. The time had therefore come to merge the two platforms so as to ensure a quality experience for all customers across the board, said the famous poker provider. And lastly, the US-facing poker site America's Card Room has recently announced a brand new solution to the long-standing problem of software-based cheating in the virtual space. The major update has been described as groundbreaking by online poker legend Randy Liu. According to Randy, bot cheats will now find it difficult to adapt to the site's latest security update, preventing them from carrying out their unscrupulous practices. The new technology primarily works by enabling pixelation change every time a player sits down at the table. This way, ACR will no longer depend on the repeated updates to fight bots, something that previously allowed the cheats to understand the site's graphics and adjust their softwares accordingly. One famous PokerStars bot ring was revealed in 2015, which saw $1.5 million won from the regular players at the mid-stakes PLO tables, while last year there was a report on RTA and bot-based cheating across several sites. ACR had made countless attempts in the past to rid the poker world of bots, and boss Phil Nagy starting his campaign 2 years ago with a whistle-stop Twitch TV tour to explain his approach. The recent WPN changes may be an excellent new step forward in the struggle to fight poker bots. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to check out MMAsherdog's free poker training. In it, MMAsherdog doesn't just show you how to make more money playing poker without studying more, but you'll get 2 recorded League Finder coaching sessions with MMAsherdog and 2 students. This training is only available for a limited amount of time, so make sure to check it in the description right now. So those were the poker news and events. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.